well. It is going into a fantastic evening, and I want to be able to give you a nugget of gold. Here's how I want you to think about product design, and the importance of communication in and around your product. I am such a believer that communication is, in fact, the product or a key component of the product that I've designed a product to track communication. So let me kind of back this up. I believe that communication is 80% of all business challenges, whether it's the communication pre-sales to alignment to your own team. It could be during onboarding. It could be ingestion of new information from a customer. It could be communication passed internally from a customer success manager to a project manager to those doing the work, and the rotation of communication, the game of telephone. So the situation is communication is not just a thing you do around a product. It is actually in part and parcel the wrapper around every single piece of the software that you build and ship, the services that you deploy into the customer. Communication in every direction, to the prospect, to the customer, internally, amongst yourselves, is so critical. And one part that I believe that fails in the sales team, in the customer success and support team, is the ability to listen to the customer and demonstrate, I listened, I care, I'm going to get you next steps. So I'm going to show you what we ended up building. So we ended up calling this Response IQ. This is one of a million AI agents that we're building to improve go to market, not only internally, but eventually to as we do to serve our customers. I want you to picture that when a customer sends an email, a shot clock goes off, and think of it as an SLA against a 4-hour window of time. And we're able to demonstrate and listen. Did we capture that information? Are we responding? Are there certain holes during the day to which we're struggling to respond during the SLA of under 4 hours during Eastern Standard, and under 12 hours of it, as an example, if it came in overnight? These details of turning communication into a competitive advantage and make it a wrapper around the entire product experience. I believe when you get this right and harp on it, and train and enable, and then if you measure it, what gets measured gets done, kind of thing. I believe you could turn communication as the forefront to the product, and that the product, what ends up happening is great communication demonstrated at pre-sales shows that this will be a great process and environment post sales. So you actually, I think, shrink sales cycle velocity and improve conversion. That's number one. Number two, you then improve the stickiness of the customer. So you improve the lifetime value of the customer, because most problems that arise in the customer is, I told you something, you didn't get back to me, you didn't get back to me in time. The information was misstrued as it floated around inside your business, and the game of telephone broke the communication in the wrong components when it came back to us. The work product was not what we originally talked about. Again, all part of communication breakdown. This is just one element, timeliness of response, which is humongous, specifically in a professional services business. That, are you listening to me? And now we're making it part of the experience. We're listening an email and Slack, and on Monday, we're capturing all this information. We're coaching and training our team towards it so that you, the customer, feel and know that all this is being heard right away. So I wanted to share this with everybody, as this is something that we've done for ourselves. When you document your first principles and your value, like what are the core values of the business, and you turn those into part of the productized experience. The number one core value written on the office in Dhaka, Bangladesh, at our office at Get Leverage, is overt communication. And I believe if you pause and you think through, how do I create that value system as part of the product or service, you make it a wrapper. And I think communication is probably the most important one. You can make it part of the product experience. And I believe that most of the time, uh, that companies get wrong is that they are building a SaaS application and they're thinking about the code when in fact the communication, pre-sales, onboarding, features, new ideas, product roadmaps, the communication of all of that is actually equal or more important than the initial code itself. Same goes with an initial service, right? The initial service is I'm going to do X for you by Y date. But if I'm also incredible at communicating all the information along a journey, that that in fact that wrapper around the end product is almost more important than the end product itself. It's like I told you to do something, you helped me along that journey, it happened on time, I you are reliable and predictable. I'm going to now give you more things to do. So I wanted you to all see this. This is an example of AI actually coming to life and becoming real. Is sat down, the architect sits down and reverse engineers what is it that we want to capture and measure, and then build it so that it makes your values come to life. I hope all is well.